I want to ask about Michael Penix Jr., who you've had a long relationship with. We just talked about it with him for a half hour about just the ups and downs of his career and how being here with you is kind of the whole thing coming full circle. What's that relationship mean to you, and how cool is it for you to have him here kind of obviously peaking in his career at the right time?
I'm just so proud of what he's doing right now, and just seeing him grow. A couple of years where I didn't really talk with him because he's at Indiana in 2020, 2021, and it's really cool to see what he went through and how he's responded, and now where he's at today, and just probably a time in his life where it was just like, man, can anything go right? And now it's the success of last year, and this kind of understanding that, man, like, I'm not taking this for granted. Like, he doesn't take anything for granted, and every day means something to him. And so his growth as a football player, his understanding of the game. I mean, he and Ryan Grubb they dive into that film and they work so well together. But his experiences that he's had in life, I think, are so indicative of how he responds in a game as well. Yeah. When it's tough, or even when he made a mistake, or something was on him, man, he can own it, and he'll just like we talk about 1-0, he literally does that to epitomizes that, flushing it, moving on, playing in the present, and here we go, and just so proud of him.
When you took this job, how important that process of getting him here and realizing we needed a quarterback and let's go get him, and how big was that when you got the job of actually going out and getting your quarterback and your guy that you knew?
It was huge, because I think number one, we had a guy now that really knew our offensive system.
That helps a lot, right?
That helped out a lot. I think it also helped in retaining some of our top talent that was on the team, not just at receiver, but I think other places too. And they all went and, looked at his film, or they remembered some of the highlights of him, diving for the pylon. Some of those big plays, and they put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, that's him. So, and he did his homework in watching all the Hudl films of the team and the roster. And it was a business trip when he came on his official visit. He wanted to know.
He told us he had no interest in seeing the city.
There was no fluff. It was all about the core content of what was going to be important to winning. So, and then I think went the other way too, because now the receiving core, and other guys, they're trying to figure out, okay, do I enter the portal? And they're taking a look at the film of Mike, and realizing, okay, this guy's got it. Possibly something different to him, and hanging around, seeing at least for the spring, what he has to offer might be worth my while.
I just talked to him, as I said, and he talked about the importance of becoming a leader now for him vocally and being the guy everyone looks to. How have you seen him develop in that regard of kind of being the vocal leader of the team?
Yeah, he sits right here, in team meetings and front and center, and he has his way. Once he was last year was harder because he wasn't even named the starting quarterback until week 3, probably.
Hard
to
be a leader until you do it, right?
Yeah, and so he, in a very respectful way, was certainly passing on, especially when it came to offense, and trying to get that right. Yeah. But I think when it comes to the whole team, as the season went along last year, he just really, became confident, and the guys like we believe in you. Like, when you say something, we're going to listen. And this year, it's just gone to a whole nother level. I mean, there's very few meetings. There's very few practices. There's really none where he's not coaching other guys up. I heard him on the field today talking to Austin Mack on things that really, you don't have to say what he said. He's helping him out, like the ownership, the level of just like how he wants this thing looking, and leaving a legacy here in this program. It means a lot to him.